So you decided that you're finally going to start that small business. And that's fantastic. But let's go over some things to help you, avoid some pitfalls and mistakes and, figure out some of the biggest reasons why small businesses fail because, running a business is not for the faint of heart. Entrepreneurship is risky. Successful business owners, you have to possess the ability to mitigate company specific risks while at the same time bringing a product or service to market at a price that meets consumer demand levels. Now, while there are a number of small businesses in a broad range of industries that perform well and are continuously profitable, I mean, just constantly, 20% of small businesses fail in the first year. 50% they fail, up after 5 years, and only 33% make it to 10 years or longer. Now, to safeguard a new or established business, it's necessary to understand what can lead to these business failures and how each obstacle can be managed or avoided altogether. Now, the most common reasons small businesses fail include a lack of capital or funding, retaining an inadequate management team, a faulty infrastructure or business model, and unsuccessful marketing initiatives. So let's kind of go over each one of these individually and get some detail into them. So the first one is going to be the financial hurdles that you're going to deal with because, you know, one of the biggest reasons why small businesses fail is a lack of funding or, working capital. In most instances, a business owner is intimately aware of how much money is needed to keep operations running on a day-to-day basis, including funding for payroll, paying fixed and varied overhead expenses, rent, utilities, and ensuring that outside vendors are paid on time. However, owners of failing companies are less in tune with how much revenue is generated by your sales, and this disconnect is going to lead to funding shortfalls that can quickly put a small business out of operation. So, a second reason is business owners who miss the mark on pricing products and services. To beat out the competition in highly saturated industries, companies may price a product or service far lower than similar offerings with the intent to entice new customers. While the strategy is successful in some cases, businesses that end up closing their doors are those that keep the price of a product or service too low for too long. When the cost of production, marketing, and delivery outweigh the revenue generated from new sales, new businesses have little choice but to close. Small companies in the startup phase can face challenges in terms of obtaining financing in order to bring a new product to market, fund an expansion, or pay for ongoing marketing costs. While angel investors and venture capitalists and conventional bank loans are among the funding sources available to small businesses, not every company has the revenue stream or growth trajectory needed to secure major financing from them. Without an influx of funding, for these large projects or ongoing working capital needs, small businesses are just forced to close. To help a small, business, manage common financial hurdles, business owners should first establish a realistic budget for company operations and be willing to provide some capital from from your own bank accounts during the startup or expansion phase. Now, it is imperative to research and secure financing, options from multiple outlets before the funding is actually necessary. When the time comes to obtain funding, business owners should already have a variety of sources they can tap for capital. The second thing we need to talk about on this list is inadequate management. I am really big on this one because, it's a really big reason why small businesses are failing, right? And, it's just a lack of business, acumen on the part of the management team or even the business owner. In some instances, a business owner is the only senior level person within a company, especially when a business is in its first year or two of operation. Now, while the owner may have the skills necessary to create and sell a viable product or service, they often lack the, you know, attributes of a strong manager and don't have the time to successfully oversee other employees. Now, without a dedicated management team, a business owner has greater potential to mismanage certain aspects of the business, whether it be finances, hiring, or marketing. Smart business owners outsource the activities they do not perform well or have little time to successfully carry through. A strong management team is one of the first auditions a small business needs to continue operations well into the future. It's important for business owners to feel comfortable with the level of understanding each manager has regarding the business's operations, current and future employees, and products or services. The third thing to talk about is going to be an ineffective business plan. Small businesses often overlook the importance of an effective business planning prior to opening their doors. And a sound business plan should, at minimum, include a clear description of the business, current and future employee management needs, opportunities and threats within the broader market, capital needs. This is going to include projected cash flow in various budgets, marketing initiatives, and competitor analysis. Business owners who fail to address the needs of the business through a well laid out plan before operations begin are just setting up their companies for a lot of really serious challenges. Similarly, a business that does not regularly review an initial business plan or one that is not prepared to adapt to change in the market or industry meets potentially insurmountable obstacles throughout the course of its lifetime. Now, to avoid pitfalls associated with business plans, you should have a solid understanding of your industry and competition before starting a company. A company's specific business model and infrastructure should be established long before products or services are offered to customers. And potential revenue streams, that could and should be realistically projected well in advance. Creating and maintaining a business plan is key to running a successful company for the long term. And then the fourth and last thing to talk about is your marketing mishaps. Because business owners often fail to prepare for the marketing needs of a company in terms of capital required, prospect reach, and accurate, conversion ratio projections. When companies underestimate the total cost of early marketing campaigns, it can be difficult to secure financing or redirect capital from other business departments to make up for the shortfall. Because marketing is a crucial aspect of any early stage business, it is necessary for companies to ensure that they have established realistic budgets for current and future marketing needs. Similarly, having realistic projections in terms of target audience reach and sales conversion ratios is critical to, marketing campaign success. Businesses that do not understand these aspects of sound marketing strategies, they're going to be more likely to fail than companies that take the time to create and implement cost-effective, successful campaigns. So at the end of all this, what have we learned? What should we take away from this? Number one, running out of money is a small business's biggest risk. Owners often, know what funds are needed day to day, but are unclear as to how much revenue is being generated, and the disconnect can be just disastrous. Number two, inexperience managing it, for your business or an unwillingness to delegate can negatively impact small businesses, as can a poorly visualized business plan, which can lead to ongoing problems once the firm is operational. And then number three, poorly planned or executed marketing campaigns or a lack of adequate marketing and publicity are among the other issues that are just going to drag down that small business. So hopefully with you guys starting your small business, or if you're thinking about starting a small business, you can think about these things to help you avoid some of these mistakes. And I mean, I hope it goes very well for you. Hopefully you avoid all these mistakes and you just, take off to the moon. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, I'd really appreciate if you did. But until I see you guys in the next video, y'all be safe.